Hello, I'm Orla Allen, medium and Orla Allen, author, and here are some cards for you. So the first card we have, is the Ten of Swords. Now the swords talk about your problems and issues. So the first one is the Ten of Swords and the second one is the Two of Swords. And I very much feel like this is talking about the problems and issues which you've been having for a while. I don't feel like this is talking about anything new that's happened or new that's going to happen. It's kind of talking about where we've been going through a phase where it isn't how you want it to be. Okay, that's what I feel like I want to talk about with the swords in this card. Life isn't how you would choose it to be. Life isn't how you need it to be. Okay, so there's uncertainty, there's no kind of solid foundations there. Things are a little bit up in the air. It kind of feels like your work situation or how you earn your money has been a little bit off balance recently. So this could be where things have stopped flowing for you if you're self-employed. And if you are in work, it could be where the company's in a bit of dire straits, where the kind of knock-on effect from the pandemic and everything is still playing havoc with it. Money's just not coming in the way it should be. So there's either cutbacks or there's that uncertainty of, is the company going to close? Are these cutbacks going to be enough? So there's this whole kind of, something's been going on for a long time, and it's kind of slowly starting to kind of trickle down to you, and the uncertainty of the whole situation is really starting to catch up with you. And I feel like the uncertainty of this is causing you to be stressed out. It's causing you to be, you need a little foundation, you need a bit of security. And even if you've got money sitting in the bank, for a rainy day, it's not going to last for very long if the worst should happen, kind of thing. So that's the vibe, that's the feeling these first two cards talk about. I kind of feel like the second card is almost like there's a new stranger neck. Which is why I'm kind of going to, this kind of doom and gloom scenario that there is money coming in. We are working, we are earning money. It's not that we're not earning the money, but there's this kind of, well, at any moment's notice, we could get a phone call from work to say, don't come in again. Do you know? So I kind of feel like with the Two of Swords, this is talking about where we're feeling a lack of control in ourselves, and we're almost making the situation worse because of how we're reacting to the current situation. Okay, now, as happens sometimes with the cards, I like to split them up because one's talking about one situation and the others are talking about another situation. So I'm going to put these two cards to the side and bring these two cards forward here. Now, the next two cards you have are the Magician and the World. Okay, so these two cards are much more positive, they're much more upbeat, they're much more giving you back control. Okay, so the Magician card is talking about where you have a choice to make. Okay, you have the choice to either stay where you are in this insecure place, or you can make changes and you can decide what it is that you want to do with your life. Okay, so what I mean by that is I'm not telling you to quit your job and go get another job elsewhere, but I feel like you have options. So you have the option of either starting a wee side business that you've maybe been thinking about, or maybe taking on a second job or a part-time job, or there is more work out there for you. There's something else which you can create which will bring in some security for you. So at least if the worst happens with your current line of work, this other job, this other income will help support you and kind of let your savings last a wee bit longer until you find something better or until you find something else. Okay, so the Magician is talking about where you have all the skills, you have all the necessities, you have the ability to start something new. Okay, now I said at the start, I wasn't telling you to quit your job, but if that's what you want to do, if you want to change fields, if you want to go to a different job altogether, you have that option. That is your choice, your free will. And the Magician card is coming forward to support you in whatever it is that you want to do as your next step. Okay, and maybe you don't know what that step is yet, but making the decision that you want to take the next step is a step towards taking the next step. Sometimes I listen to what I'm saying and I kind of think, yeah, is this even making any sense? But I feel like it is. To whoever's listening to it and it's resonating with, I feel like it's making sense to you. So the Magician card's coming forward and saying, do you know what? There's better out there for you. Go get it. Okay? Now, again, it's your choice if you're going to do it. I'm not telling you that you have to. The cards aren't telling you that have to. But the cards are saying that they support you and that you have the ability to make changes if you want to. Now, the next card is the World card. Now, I had to take a wee pause there to get a drink of water. And I feel like that's part of the message as well. You're needing to pause. You're needing to stop being in panic mode because of your current situation. And you need to sit down and honestly evaluate your situation for yourself and decide where it is you want to go next, okay? Because it kind of feels like if you're in panic mode, you're not going to make a good decision. You're not going to make a good choice. So you need to take 5 minutes for yourself, calm down, bring your blood pressure down, relax. It's easy for me to sit here and say all this, I know. But you need to be in a calm place when you make this decision, okay? So do whatever it is you need to kind of de-stress yourself, whether it's taking a long bath, whether it's going for a walk in the countryside. I would suggest going for a swim in the sea, but if you're like me and in the UK, that's not a good advice at this time of year. But do whatever it is that de-stresses you, whatever it is that helps you to hit the reset button. Because I feel like the World card is coming forward to say the world is at your feet, okay? It might feel all doom and gloom just now, and you maybe have done this job for 20 years, or maybe not quite 20 years. It's something that you know inside out, and the World card's coming forward to say, but you have the world at your feet. Just because you've done this for so long doesn't mean you have to continue doing it for the future. There are other options and other things out there for you. You just need to decide what's right for you. And I feel like if you manage to take that moment to clear your head, to calm yourself down and go, right, okay, what is it I really want to do? So there must be something that's burning inside you or something you've always wanted to try. And that's what the World card's coming forward to talk about and to say to you, well, okay, that's something you've always wanted to do. But maybe there's something along similar lines that you could do, or there's something that could set you down the path to doing what you've always wanted to do. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. And I hope that things start to look up for you, whether you decide to take action or to stay where you are. Just remember that it's better to choose your future than have your future chosen for you. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Decide what it is you want and go for that rather than have someone twist your arm or force you out of your job and then you're forced to make that decision, because then you're going to be in a completely different mindset when you make that decision, and you want to be in the best mindset when moving forward and changing your future. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'm sure I will speak to you all again soon.